few people signed up. I know I signed up for it, and Hygiene has. It's a growing list, but sounds like fun.
Yeah.
So
So I have a confession to make. My bandicam wasn't set up right,
yeah,
so I wasn't recording me.
that's fine. I'm recording right now too.
Good.
It's on the last
Check
settings.
check
It's
your
on the
settings.
last settings you told me.
Yeah, say check your settings. Make sure you're recording.
Yeah,
All right.
I see it right here. Basically, what else do we got? So, if you have any info, you get any interest in that, you can go to the forums. I believe it is under. Where is it under? It's under. It's under the rules and announcements and feedback tab, and then you just click on the popper to the People Santa 2013. Maddie's heading it up, otherwise known as Ugular.
Yep.
He's setting that up, so that should be fun. Looking forward to doing that. Then we got the Commander decks. The Commander 2013 deck lists have been spoiled. The deck lists, value-wise, from what I'm seeing here, are pretty... You're getting... For the $30 you're spending, you're getting a pretty decent list of good cards. They have basically in here, just off the top, looking at the Esper list that they have here, you're getting a Shroom. That's one of the big EDH generals. As Shroom the Hegemon.
Yep.
It's one of the big EDH generals that everyone likes to play with. You're getting a Sphinx of the Steel Wind, which is that really, really cool... that isn't that just the Sphinx version of a Chroma,
Yeah.
almost. You get what do you got here? Other good stuff I found in here.
Mirror Battlesphere.
Yeah, Mere Battlesphere's in there. Nevinyrral's Disc.
Ooh, I see a Soul Ring too.
Yeah, so there's a Sol Ring in every single one.
Ah.
They threw a Sol Ring, they threw Sol Rings, Command Towers, and the Opal Palaces in every single one. So regardless,
Ah. Sorry, I'm an EDH noob.
yeah, it's fine. For some reason, my Bandicam stopped. I said it again. We can just keep going.
All right. Sweet.
All right. So basically, what else we got here? We got, but every single one of these decks, the value is there. There is a lot of cool stuff in here. So it looks like the value's there for the $30. So, but I already pre-ordered all five of them, so I'll be getting all five. I'm looking forward to it. It's a lot of EDH staples that are hard to find. And in another note, they didn't reprint the doubling season, but they did a different version of doubling season that is what they like to call fixed and not broken. It does everything doubling season does except the second ability, where instead of doubling counters, it only doubles 1/1 counters.
Huh.
The card is called Primal Vigor, and it's the same casting cost and everything as doubling season. So that one I'm suspecting will be at least a half the price of a doubling season, just because of how close it is to the doubling season.
All right.
So those are there. The deck lists are out, but it looks pretty good. And then I just talked to Long Time Gone, and this is still in the works of announcement. But I can announce now that January 11th, there will be a Pauper to the People annual tournament online. You can, yes, it's going to be on Gathering, and if you're interested, if people are interested, you need to sign up on Gathering to do the tournament. It's just a simple process. The entry fee, as of now, will be free, and I want to keep it free. I don't want to have any of you guys pay anything for it. Prizes will be announced at a later date, because we're still working on there's a few vendors that we can talk to about getting free prizes. There's going to be two tournaments. We're going to have a Classic Pauper with the regular MTGO rulings. And then there'll be a standard popper, which Gatherling already does standard popper. So they already have the rulings there. So that's set up just fine. I will be running both tournaments that day. Both events will start at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time Zone because that's where Gatherling all their tournaments start at Eastern Time. Because I'm guessing that's where everyone's based out of, eastern part of the country. So all events will be on a Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, and we will run the tournaments from there. I'm going to learn how to run the tournaments on there for them. So I will be running both events. I'm not going to play in them. I'm just going to run the events, which is fine with me. So that's out there. Just keep paying attention to our Facebook page. I'm going to update as we get closer and closer to the date and all that stuff. Good or yeah. So that's basically all. You got any news, Chris?
No, not really.
Nothing.
No.
What do you do this week?
I played a little bit this weekend. I updated Illusory Tricks, which is Bava's deck. It was a mono blue tempo deck. I updated it and I went 3-1. You can see that on the YouTube channel. Let me go ahead and let me go ahead and find that and link it in the show notes.
Yeah.
Other than that, what it really taught me was mono black control actually is not impossible to beat with blue tempo decks.
Yeah.
You've got a few different ways to do it, and the way that I attacked the mono black control decks was by outdrawing them with Mull Drifters and Fathom Seers. And if you know what a Fathom Seer is, right?
Yeah.
So I outdrew them with Mull Drifters and Fathom Seers, and then I outvalued them with Serrated Arrows and Stormbound Geists.
Nice.
And then basically counter spells to back everything else up to stop the Grey Merchant chains from happening. And I ended up losing. I only lost to a mono black control list that was. I was at 1 life. He had 5 mana open, and he played a Pestilence and Pestilence me for 1. Otherwise, he was lethal on the next turn, and I would have 4-0'd the deck, 4-0'd the tournament.
Wow.
But it was really close, and it was very good choice that day, and I liked the modifications that I did to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
Here's the link is going to come up on the show notes here pretty soon.
Put that in there. What did I do this week? I did the very first update to the Modern Peasant Cube, the Modern Silver Black Cube, and after playing it, and I'm pretty happy with the list where it stands right now. We added a whole bunch of cards that should have been in there but weren't. I couldn't believe it. The Lightning Helix wasn't in there. I was like, really? You forget Lightning Helix? It's only one of the best cards ever, and that's like a lightning bolt. How do you forget that card? I couldn't believe it. I was just completely shocked that was forgotten. It's like, no.
Isn't it like a first pick in Cube or something?
Pretty much. Lightning Helix is like a first pick. It's especially Silver Black, because you're not necessarily dealing with the same dealings as Pauper, because you do have creatures that are that have toughness above 4, because you're dealing with uncommons, but you're still Lightning Helix is still a good card. I mean, it's instant win in some cases.
Yeah.
Depending on where it's placed. I mean, it's such a really good card. It's just ridiculous. We went with a different engine, like the big mana fixing engines in the Pauper Cube were Guild Gates and Guild Signets. Where when we did it this time around, we wanted to switch it up a little bit and not go with the Guild Gates, so we used the bounce lands and the guild, not the signets, but the guild key runes.
Oh yeah.
So we're running the key runes with the dual lands. You're still virtually getting the same effect that you did with the Pauper Cube, where You had one line that came into play tapped that made any color mana, and then you had the signets that were the, tap one mana and produce both at the same time. You're getting the same thing, just different ways, I guess. The dual lands are the ones that are making the double mana instead, and the your artifacts are making the single mana. But
Yeah.
the reason why we went with the key runes was because it's the key runes have that nice little extra feat of being creatures. You
Yeah.
can turn them into creatures, which in a cube that I don't want to say this is a powered cube, but in a cube where you got really good uncommon modern strategies, you're going to want a creature sometimes. It's that simple. You're going to want a creature coming out of nowhere, depending on what guild you're using.
Yeah.
So that's why we threw those in there. And as of right now, we're going to keep Lingering Souls in. I know how you don't like it. But we'll see what happens. Like, if it gets too powerful, I got a list of cards that are on the watch list in that cube, and Lingering Souls is one of them. Because I do know that I'm pretty familiar with how ridiculous that card can be.
Say if I'm in your cube, I'm first picking Lingering Souls. I don't care what else is in the pack.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
maybe I'll take Remand over Lingering Souls, but
so.
yeah, I
But
kind
I mean,
of
we're
want
gonna
Remand.
keep it in. It's on a watch list. If it becomes too powerful, it will get kicked out, and we'll replace it with the sorcery speed one that just makes two instead. But yeah, so that's there. And I posted both on Facebook. So if anyone wanted to try practice drafting them, just to try it out with the updates, there were significant upgrades made to the Popper Cube too. But like I said, I'm not gonna. But right now, I'm too focused on getting the modern silver black to where the Popper one is, where it's you pretty much got a set list. Because even though I did those updates, I don't necessarily think that I'm not completely confident in the what we added. It has to be tested, like every cube. Everything has to be tested, and you got to look at results of what decks are winning. Because Celestia still has, in my opinion, still has too many cards in it.
Huh.
I mean, I did cut down Celestia's power a lot. It was at 27%. Like Celestia made up 20%, 27% of the cube, which is almost not good. But I mean, it's other than that, I'm there. Other than that, basically, my friend had his birthday this weekend, and he bought a box of Theros, and he wanted to keep all the cards, but he wanted to draft it.
That's sweet. I
So
was
we
like,
drafted it. I found out an interesting combo of cards because being that he was keeping all the cards, we could draft for fun and try different crap. I pulled off a Nylea's Emissary and Howlergeist deck. That was Golgari,
Howlergeist. What is
and it
Howlergeist?
worked. Howlergeist is an enchant creature that has he gets +X for creatures in all graveyards,
Oh yeah.
and you can bestow them and do the same thing. And the Nylea's Emissary she's the 3/3 trample creature that has the bestow to give +3/+3 trample. And basically, you draft commune with the gods and just start dumping your graveyard.
Hmm.
And I actually made it work a few times, and it was actually kind of stupid because they would kill whatever the main creature was. They'd kill the other creature, like they'd kill Nylea. That's fine, but the Howler would come into play, and the Howler was the one that was giving all the power to Nylea's Emissary to begin with. So it was just really funny how they interchanged with each other because it didn't matter what card you had. I mean, you could play the Nylea Emissary and be fine because either way, you're going to get one of those creatures back when whatever gets killed. So it wasn't that bad. It was a pretty cool deck to play. But it was just kind of weird to make Golgari work. It was like, this shouldn't be happening. But yeah, it's pretty cool. That's about all I did this weekend. Just played a lot of Magic again and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I hate Theros. I'm gonna say it right now. I hate the format.
why?
'Cause I hate the Voltron stuff.
Yeah, there is a lot of Voltron stuff in it. Make a bigger, better creature. Just let it just go.
Yeah, that's what it feels like the format is to me, and I hate playing against that in Classic Pauper. I hate playing against Hexproof. I hate playing against Cyclops.
Yeah.
And I hate playing as those decks either. I don't think that's fun. I think it's almost like playing a game of solitaire, and I just really hate it.
Yeah. I mean, but we're gonna have a new block. We're gonna have a new block coming in. They do 3 months every block, or 3 months every set. So we're gonna have a brand new set to play with. So
Yeah, but what is
that's gonna change
the
soon.
new set is? I mean, the new set's going to basically be an add-on, right? The new set's going to be a small set.
Yeah,
So
but
all
I
it's going
think
to do
this.
is add-on. So it's going to have more bestow and more heroic nonsense.
Yeah. Well, I heard rumored that the first set was supposed to be Greek gods, and the second set was supposed to be Roman gods.
They're the same gods.
Well, no. Well, yes and no. They change the names and they do different stuff. It's really weird.
All right. How
But
do I, for anybody listening to this podcast, how in the world do I find my Gatherling password if I lost it and I don't have the email that was the confirmation that said my password?
I have no clue.
I don't know, because there's not like there's not like a thing where it's like, click here if you lost your password. It doesn't exist on this site.
Yeah, that's weird.
'Cause it tells me, like, I'll try to log in, like, register, and
Yeah.
it's like, hey, this username already exists, and I'm like, okay, so I forgot my password. What do I do now? Can you email me? No, there's no email link.
Yeah. I'd have to ask Long Time Gone about it because I know I retrieved it a while ago. I can't remember how I did it.
All right, so cool.
My bandicam shuts off every 6 minutes. What's up with that?
I have no idea what's wrong with your bandicam. My bandicam does not do that.
But I'm recording. I hit the record button again, so we're fine.
Okay,
But
I'm still recording. I'm 16 and a half
good.
minutes in.
Good.
But the
piece it
first
together.
7 minutes, say the first 7 minutes I lost. So
I'll piece that together. We'll be all right then, as long as yours keeps working.
maybe.
But I'll just keep hitting record every time it stops. We'll be okay. Peter, you there yet?
No, he's not there.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna keep going then. We're on to good reads. We got Jason Gray, who did an article on standard Pauper aggro. It's a pretty decent article. It basically he goes through a few deck lists here. What is the mono? Rakdos deck, a Rakdos aggro deck, and we got a Gruul aggro deck. Which I think the Gruul aggro looks better, but I like red green better than Rakdos aggro. I think Gruul and Rakdos aggro are achieving different things, really. Like, one is just putting big beasties out, and Rakdos is just kind of the emo aggro deck. They're just being like Punisher, you're hurting yourself in the process of trying to aggro. So,
Peter wants in now.
well, I added him already. He just has to answer it.
I'm right here.
There you are. Okay.
Alright.
Sorry, Skype was being dumb. I didn't want to, like, you logged in, and then
Wait.
did not open the window.
Did you just say Skype was being dumb? How dare you talk about Skype that way?
Yeah, don't be
I'm
talking about
sorry.
Skype that way.
I'll write a formal apology, 3 pages at least.
We've been doing good so far with no problems. Knock on wood.
Yeah, except for your Bandicam shuts off every
Except
6
my
minutes.
Bandicam shuts off every 7 minutes.
And I forgot
Or
to record
so-
the first 7
My
minutes of
Bandicam
mine.
Yeah, it shuts off every 7 minutes. I gotta hit the record button again. Whatever. I have it up front so I can see it.
Okay, did you double check that at least you can put the recordings back together and they're not just broken crap now?
Well, his Chris is going pretty smoothly right now, so we'll
Yeah.
get it working. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, so speaking of
That's
news,
not the kind of stuff you tell me the first time I walk in here. It's like, oh, by the way, we've been having issues this entire night. Knock on wood. What?
hey, by
But,
the way, in other news, I don't know if you guys saw it on my Twitter, but no, of course Peter didn't because he doesn't have Twitter.
You know,
Damn straight.
My computer, my old laptop, completely crapped the bed.
did it not finally?
Yeah. So I switched everything over to my wife's laptop, and it's running infinitely faster and smoother. And previously, when I recorded with Bandicam, my CPU usage on the resource manager thing was at like 86% or more. And right now, I'm chilling at like 17%, and I'm recording.
Nice.
Yeah,
Stuff's figured out.
yeah. So this computer runs a lot faster. It's like 2 years newer than the one I was using.
Oh,
So it's very sweet.
that's cool. So, Basically, good thing I edit this right.
Basically, we're talking about
We're
some
talking about
standard
Jason Gray's
popper.
aggro deck. Jason Gray did an article on standard popper aggro decks. He has a Rakdos and a Gruul build.
Probably the
So,
two best aggro decks you have in the format right now.
yeah, but
Yeah,
there's two deck lists on it. Check it out. Pretty good stuff as normal. The MTGO Strat team, writing team, just does awesome work. This is a bit more interesting of an article, though. This is the Dan did this article, and it is the analysis of Classic Popper online.
no, that wasn't Dan. It was somebody else for like writing, and Dan posted it. I think, right?
Oh, well, Dan posted it.
Yeah.
Dan posted it. It's a Popper metagame analysis as of October 24th. So, pretty recent. Basically, it has in here the percentage of decks winning. White Weenies at 38%. Slivers are at 30.7%. Acid Trip, I'm guessing that uses the blue acid card.
Yeah, reality acid.
Yeah, reality
So,
acid deck.
so backing this up, what these percentages are is of the decks that place, how many of these, what percentage are places 4-0. So White Weenie 38% means 38% of the times that White Weenie places, it's a 4-0,
Yeah.
and that's just sort of showing you the how consistent the deck is.
Yeah. Then we got an acid trap deck at 30%. Stompy's at 28%. That's pretty good numbers, I think. Uh, Black blue trinket control 23.5%. Burn is at 22.5%. Delver 21%. It's fallen down a little bit.
Once again, this is 21% that place are 4-0.
Yeah.
They'll
So.
replace with 42 decks, which sure beats the crap out of Slivers at 13
Oh yeah,
decks.
definitely. Then we got Affinity at 19.4 and Mono Black Control at 18.8. So
Yeah.
Mono Black Control is a thing.
Well, we all kind of knew that was going to be the thing.
Yeah.
It's the after post. It was like the best control deck,
Yeah.
and since it picks apart fairies like it's nothing,
Yeah.
more power to it.
And the current tier 1 decks are Affinity, Mono Black, Control, Delver, and Delver Fiend.
Yeah, that's fallen off the wayward side.
Yeah, I
by the
know
way.
it
It
is.
will.
It will.
It
But
is.
It's
It,
nice
it,
to
it
see.
actually is.
Yeah.
Just let Nate have his little moment in the
Hey,
shine.
yeah.
It's a thing. God
thing,
bless,
man.
it's a thing.
My favorite deck is winning. Yay!
My favorite deck is winning. I'm
And then
happy.
you won't hear from it again.
Yep. All right. Now,
We got-
funny
Yeah, go
thing,
ahead.
funny thing you said about that, Peter. That Mono Black Control tears apart fairies. The Mono Black Control lists that are running around right now are eschewing Unearth and Crypt Rats in favor of this all-in Gray Merchant strategy. So, there a lot of the things that they're used to be able to beat fairies with, they're just getting rid of. So, Crypt Rats just completely wrecked fairies, and Unearth completely wrecked fairies.
Yeah.
But now they're moving away from those, and I just played a blue tempo deck in a daily on Saturday, and I posted the link to it in the show notes there. And I went 3-1, and I beat a Mono Black Control list, and I've beaten Mono Black Control list playing just straight up Delver recently too. So, yeah, they're moving
That's
away
cool.
from the stuff that kills Delver and playing these all-in strategies that I can just counterspell and win.
Yeah.
God, why? Don't do that. It was coming back and it was going to be good and no.
Yeah.
Don't tell me this, Chris. I am so happy to see it and now you just kicked my puppies
Now-
straight in the keister.
Right down the stairs.
Say, no, what's funny is
Right around the bend.
But Nate, you mention Belch's list all the time. Sneak Attack Kid's list.
Yeah.
His list still tears me apart.
That's
If anybody's
just-
running his list, then I lose instantly.
Belta's list is ridiculous. That's all it is. It's just flat out oppressive.
Yeah, I talk with him a lot on
Yeah.
Twitter and on Magic Online.
How's your guys' group thing going that you're working out?
We won the first rounds, so there's that. And Team DBC beat the other team 3-0. Mezel was playing Delver, and he just wrecked the team that they were playing against.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yes. So that could be an issue.
Yeah.
Nah,
Then we got on the tier 2 decks the White Weenie, Boros Kitty, and Burn.
yeah.
So There's that. And then your tier 2.5 is black blue trinket, uh, muck, your the control, the blue control deck,
Mono blue
slivers,
control, we know.
yeah, mono blue control, slivers, stompy, and familiar. So familiars drop down to a 2.5, which doesn't really surprise me.
Well, like we said last time, or did we ever actually get last week's episode up at all, or did it just kind of like fall?
Chris got it. It's fine.
Okay, sweet. But no, kind of like we were saying last time, like it takes longer for the entire deck to play out,
Yeah.
and since it's closer to the especially if they're going for the trade wins method, where they replay the trade wins repeatedly, it falls to counter spells that much easier because the big thing about Storm was even if you had a counter spell, you couldn't stop all the copies.
Yeah.
Or if you're going the trade wins, where you just got to counter the trade wins once, and they go, oh, well, I don't get 30 copies of that now. This is going to be a lot more awkward for me to play out.
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier to disrupt and break. So,
Oh yeah. So it's still there. I guess people aren't giving up on it. They won't let it die.
oh no, someone's always going to find a way to play a version of Storm, one way or another.
Yeah.
The only
No.
thing that makes me sad was what was it? What was the one red dude that whenever you targeted him, you'd put a dude in to play
Prone
from
Crusader.
Chrome Crusader.
that dude? I forgot who it was in the forums. They had a sweet concept until we realized that Heroic works only if you cast it, not only if you target a spell with the guy, because
Yeah.
he could have made a
Yeah.
sweet token deck with Storm card.
Yeah, just target a crone over and over and over again.
Yeah, I think it was like Ground Rift or something, where you target creature can't like block this turn. But like, oh, I don't care if my Crown Crusader can't block. If I hit him with 30 copies of Ground Rift, it would have made a bajillion tokens. That would have been sweet.
Yeah.
But like I said, you need to cast the spell actually, so you only get one token out of the entire deal. It's kind of
Yeah.
bull.
Yeah.
It's probably what they thought about when they, it's probably the reason why they made it that way. To like, we're gonna put cast on here because you know someone's gonna storm abuse
Just
it.
whoa. Hush everything. We can't let this happen. So yeah, just to ruin everyone's day.
Yeah.
No, I say the reason they did it that way is so that you can't like activate them with pingers or, things that
Well,
are like
it only says
target
spells.
creature gets. Yeah. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't think they had Storm in mind when they worded it that way.
No,
I don't.
but it
I don't think they give a crap about Storm.
No, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, okay, so there's that article, and then we got a Thoughtcast article, which I like his articles. David Schaffer's, I think it's David Schaffer.
Yep.
you sure it's not Schaefer?
Schaefer. His articles are pretty good. Thoughtcast, Fall 2013 revision of the top 10 list of cards you should be brewing with, but probably aren't.
Yeah.
He has a big, long list of cards for every color. There's like 10 for each color, so...
Yeah, and this is actually the article that got me to play Illusory Tricks, to revisit Illusory Tricks. So I was
Yeah.
thinking, that'd be pretty good against Affinity.
Yeah.
Dreamstalker is really good against Affinity, and Affinity's the number one deck in the meta right now, so...
And Dreamstalker is a pain to get rid of.
5 Tempest? And
Yeah.
no one's swinging into that.
Yeah. He blocks Mirror Enforcers and Carapace Forgers all day, and
Yeah.
it doesn't die to Flame Slash. It's pretty good.
Yeah. He's pretty beastly. So, that's pretty cool. I've always been a fan of Dreamstalker. I've actually, I know when I'm drafting the Pauper Cube, if I play blue, I'm always looking for Dreamstalker because there's so many cool
It's
things
the
you can
dude
do.
who can hold down the fort with.
You can hold down a fort with him, and you can get back a come into play ability.
Yep.
It's just a lot of fun. Train of Thought. Oh, I like that card.
The replicate draw card spell.
Yes.
God.
So, yeah. Memory Lapse. That's another one of my favorite cards. Wish it did a lot more better stuff. But, yeah, so there's that article's there. Check it out. And then we're going to, but before we go into the metagame, how was your week, Peter?
Not bad. Pretty straightforward. Taking it easy. Getting stuff ready for Halloween.
Yeah.
The usual, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, got to try and fix my sister's computer until it completely exploded in my face, so went and helped and got a new one.
After you broke it.
Dude, this
No,
is...
it got to the point where I don't know what they had a weird virus on their computer, so it was one that started up on boot up,
Yeah.
and it ran in Ghost Window, so you can't get out of it. And so whenever you try to open anything, it just overlays it so you can't actually access anything. And eventually, it got its way into safe mode, so that whenever you try to boot it up in safe mode, it just froze and just like automatic shutout. We're like, well, if we can't even get into this, and of course they weren't paying attention and got rid of their restore CD,
Yeah.
so we couldn't even change the boot method to go boot CD drive first before anything else. So there was nothing we could literally do.
Nice.
It sucked.
Modern technology, isn't it great?
Oh no, that thing was not modern. It was like 10 years old or something like that.
Okay.
It needed to go anyways.
Okay.
So this is the week of new computers for everyone?
Kinda.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You got
Pretty
anyone
much.
yet?
I didn't get a new one. I got my wife's laptop, which is two years newer than mine was.
Yeah. So you're gonna get a new one soon, I'm guessing.
No, I'm not going to get a new one soon. I'm just going to use this one.
Nice.
She has a desktop that she uses. She uses a laptop for whenever she goes down to her parents' house, and
Oh.
so she has something to do while her parents, do whatever they do down there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you supposed to be visiting your parents when you see your parents?
Yeah, you'd think so, but no.
Okay. That's okay.
Like, I don't know. Family dynamic. I'm not even going to go into it.
Yeah, I know how that works. I have a family I don't like talking to too. So, all right. The metagame. We have two events. Well, the first event here we have a 4-0 Urza list that Chris had some thoughts to talk about with it.
Yeah.
Go for
So
it,
I
Chris.
played with it and I played against it a lot, and what I found was it dies to counterspells.
Like everything else.
Yeah, no. It's so threat light that, and unlike the Is It Post of old, it doesn't have counterspells to back up its threats. Right?
Yeah.
In the main deck, there's no counterspells in the main deck. So,
Okay.
If he tries to play Zulamog's Crusher and I counterspell it, and he goes, oh, darn. And then he tries to play his Rolling Thunder and I counterspell it, and he goes, oh, darn. And then he's out of threats, right? He's got no way to kill me.
Yeah.
So, I've beaten it in daily events quite a bit, and
Probably just a thing.
but it does beat the tar out of Affinity and Mono Black Control.
Well, yeah.
The Vanguard Marauders keep you alive long enough to beat up the Gray Merchant chains, and then you can just crusher them out or Rolling Thunder them out or whatever.
Okay.
And Affinity, they can't use their ATOG anymore because Vanguard Marauder gains some 5 life every time they sack a land. And
Thank you. Thank you.
Heck, any more Affinity lists aren't. They're running just Carapace Forgers and Mirror Enforcers and ATOG, all of which the Mirror Enforcer doesn't give a crap about. He's a 5/5 compared to their 4/4s.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's why I think that's why this deck is having success right now. It's because Affinity and Mono Black Control are the biggest decks right now in the format.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Then we got Sustain 42 with a Delver Blue list. What was the big thing on this list? I noticed that he's running 4 unsummons, 4 Vapor Snags.
Yeah.
So apparently he is used to going against aggro decks.
He's
So
just, I don't know. He's taking tempo to an extreme.
yeah. I don't know if he won these games by just flat out, getting his opponent down to 0, or if he just pissed his opponents off so bad that they just quit.
You know what? I'm done. I'm out of here. Take it. I don't even care anymore. I want my life back.
Yeah.
Because if you look at this list, there's like 4 counter spells,
Yep.
and you got the Cloud of Fairies thing, but they're only effective to a certain point. I mean,
Yeah, he did what Delver does. He played a couple of fairies. He bounced a couple of things with unsummons and Vapor Snags. He counterspelled them on the way back down, and then he ninja.
yeah,
And then you're like, well, what the heck just happened to me? I went from 20 to 0 in 5 turns, and I couldn't play anything. And whatever I did play, it went back to my hand.
Wait, you're not going to cover this? Yes, Vapor Snake into your turn. Son of a...
Yeah. That's exactly
so
what
yeah, it's a pretty interesting deck. It's just that I gotta imagine that whoever is playing against this just got really, really mad.
That's exactly like... Well, that play is kind of like... You give a gift to like a child, and Chris is going, "Here, it's that toy you always wanted for. Mom, Dad, you're the best. Oh wait, this is for your cousin Billy." And they take it away. It's just, okay,
Oh, darn.
yeah.
So yeah, it's a pretty interesting list. And then we have a list by Sparrow. It's a flicker control mill.
Yeah, the familiar list that they were talking
Yeah,
about.
the familiar list. It's just a familiar list. It looks pretty cool. I wish I kind of want to build this deck and just try it out because it looks like fun.
All right, these types of decks, like playing familiar lists, they're not for the faint of heart. I'll tell you right now, they take a lot of practice to get down,
They
and
look like fun. It looks like fun to play.
yeah,
So,
I'm just letting you know, it's definitely not for the faint of heart. Because
and
I've
then
played
we,
familiar lists before, and
yeah,
I've never been able to succeed with them, and
let's get fed up.
not in competitive play anyway.
Mm. Then we have another daily here where we have a 4-0 slivers list.
Boo!
So,
Not a fan of the slivers.
I don't like slivers.
I don't blame you. Most people aren't. It's not for everyone.
yeah, it isn't. Yeah, the only thing what was about this list that I thought was just kind of what's the guy's name? Asalion or whatever.
Esselwyn.
Aslin, there it is. It's basically your basic list. I mean but I do notice that he's got a lot of the newer slivers in. A few,
Yeah.
no, yeah, the new slivers is what really makes that list pop.
Yeah,
So.
except he's playing Ranger's Guile for some god unknown reason. Why
Yeah,
is he
that's
playing
kind of weird. That I found that kind of weird too. I don't understand the Rangers guy, or the fact that he's just going with 10 forests and 10 planes.
It's because some people make poor life decisions. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, I
Play
think
Vines of
there'd
Masswood, it's just better.
yeah, I think there'd be like a Celestia Guildgate in there at least.
Nah,
But
that's why I hate slivers, because they're always just hoping for the nut draw, and they're hoping their mana works, and sometimes it does, and, if they do have that, then, well, it's just like Affinity. Sometimes they just run over you because they have so much stuff on board.
yeah,
Pretty much. But like we've said before, like Affinity's or Sliver's biggest weakness is the fact that it does not mulligan well at all.
no,
No.
never mulligans,
If
right?
you've mulligan past 6, you've probably already lost the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or you're just luckily winning.
The person you're playing against realizes they're playing their what is it? Momir Big deck.
Yeah.
Oops. Well, lucky you, but
Yeah,
I would always... I'm playing Mono Black Control a lot recently, and what always sucks is like, alright, I got the Crypt Rats on the board, I'm good to go now. Next turn, 2 Lords. And I'm like, crap, well now he's at a Crypt Rat range. Because the next turn I can Crypt Rat for 4, but his guys have 5 toughness now.
yeah.
Dang it!
Have fun.
Then he plays like a flanking sliver and I can't block. I'm like, oh, this is so frustrating.
Yeah.
that is just backbreaking. It's like Sidewinder, and you're like, oh, this just this just changed everything.
Yeah. Does the site does that is that one of those abilities that stacks too?
Yes.
So you can have double flanking?
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, so I can play my Chittering Rats. I can't even block their 1/1s. God, Chittering Rats just die.
Yeah.
Chittering Rats, no.
Then we have yeah. So basically, that's all that I didn't see anything else in that list that really appeared to me as anything out of the ordinary.
Slivers list? I don't know. Sideboard's kind of weird.
Yeah, sideboard's weird, but like the other ones are pretty common. Like there's mono black rats here. There's another mono black rats. Your Garrick's. This looks like a white stompy list, and another stompy list. So yeah, just nothing really pot written. And then you got the Boros, the kitty,
Yep.
the kitty deck. So I mean, nothing really, nothing really else. Nothing here really was that interesting to me.
If you scroll down, there's a deck by Mother-in-Law that's a Flicker Rat deck,
Oh, I didn't
which
see
is
that.
a nice little segue into our topic.
Yes, it is.
So,
Topic one. Go
yeah.
for it, Chris. It's your thing.
yeah, so what I found from the Brew of the Month, the October Brew of the Month, was it's cute, right? And sometimes you do win games, but what it mostly is just cute. And yeah, sometimes you can Mize wins off the Children Rat Flicker combo, but Like what I found typically more was I was just winning based on the fact that I was a blue-black control deck, or
Yeah.
a mono-black control deck with splashing blue. So at that point in time, it's like, why am I not just playing mono-black control? It's way more consistent and can get wins a lot more consistently than having to hope for my Ghostly Flicker Chittering Rat combo to maybe lock them out of the game if they don't kill my Chittering Rat in response, or they don't counterspell my Ghostly Flicker. So, yeah, I mean, a couple of people have placed with this deck, with this combo, but I think mostly it's not because of that. I think if you're going to go for Ghostly Flicker, Ghostly Flicker Rats, we just dropped a call.
Hello.
Hi. Where's Nate?
Nate just told me he blue screened.
Oh, sweet.
Fucking hell.
I don't know what the hell just happened there.
Nate's computer just literally shit itself.
Nice.
Just walked up to like a cliff, swan dive, triple lutz, half flip back, half twist back flip, and then still hit its neck on the rock as it died. Oh, and he says keep going.
That's oddly specific. He says keep going. Why am I going to say keep going? Okay, sure. I don't even know where I was at. Where the fuck was I at?
I don't know, you're telling us that it was cute.
Yeah, it was cute. It's ugh. That's all it is though. I think it's just too cute to work. So basically like a couple of people have placed with the deck, but I think mostly they're just placing based off of, just generally solid control game plan, and sometimes they mised wins off of Ghostly Flicker Chittering Rat combo. I don't have any exact statistics on that, but usually when I was winning with that deck, it wasn't because of the Ghostly Flicker Chittering Rat combo. It was, that was a win more. And I guess that's really what can be said about it is, Flicker Chittering or Flicker Ravenous are just, they're win more conditions. I think you're just better off placing, making a more consistent deck that does something that it's trying to do a lot more consistently than, just trying to win with the Flicker Rat combo.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like, prison decks don't work well in Pauper just because we don't have, it takes too much to put the pieces together. Even when you do, it takes so long that it's not hard to disrupt, or you should have won by that point already, it seems.
Yeah. So it's like win more. That's what I was getting at there. It's like, the mono black control lists they're going to do exactly what they need to do to win, and they're not going to go any further than that, right? They're going to get their Okiba gang on the board and just kill everything else, everything you try to play anyway, with verdicts and whatnot. Or, they're not worried about, flickering during your draw step, that way you can't play anything,
Yeah.
And while that was sometimes okay, it would have been just as fine to, cast Mystical Teachings a few times and get 4 removal spells in my hand rather than worry about
Putting the pieces together
for flickering my rat and protecting my rat, and then just hoping they didn't counterspell my flicker.
Pretty much. Do something that'll actually establish your board state as opposed to slowly putting a puzzle together in front of your opponent.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's a subtle thing either. They know what is coming
Yeah.
once they start seeing the pieces.
Yeah. And actually what sort of taught me this was I came up against a teaching stack, and they would tutor up whatever they needed. They had 3 mystical teachings in their deck, and I was just like, okay, so I got my flicker combo online, and they go teachings for a counterspell. And I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. I can deal with that. And then like they go teachings for like a verdict or something, and they verdicted my mnemonic wall. And I was like, ugh. So every time I tried to put the pieces together, they would just do something else that would break the combo again.
They always found a way to throw a wrench in the plan.
Yeah. You know, and then it was just too slow and inconsistent to beat Delver decks.
Pretty much all they need to do is half out tempo you. Just like, okay, what set you back once or twice, and then because if you can't get that mnemonic wall down turn 5 or whatever,
Yeah.
problems are not going to be in your favor, or game's not going to be in your favor. If I could talk.
Oh, hey, did Nathan want back in now?
I think so. Nate,
Yeah,
you
I'm
there?
back.
Okay,
I
cool.
don't know what happened. I hit blue screen for some reason. I have no clue what the heck happened.
Deck
But
just
everything's
crapped
fine
itself.
now.
Alright, sweet. I just finished talking about. We just basically talked about the flicker and rats and how it was just too cute and it was too much work to get going. You sacrifice too much for
Consistency. And
consistency.
effectiveness.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
You got everything still recording, right?
Yeah. I'm 46 minutes into the recording.
Thank God.
I hope you still have your initial recording there though, because I didn't have that.
Yeah, I got the initial one.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to like re-talk about stuff at the beginning just in case? I don't remember where my recording stopped, but
Okay, we can do that. That's fine.
Yeah,
let's
and
just
since
get
we
through
got
let's get
fucking
through this
Peter here.
show first.
yeah, you're gonna have to edit a lot.
Yeah, I am.
Especially my half-assed rant we had there when shit went sideways.
So topic 2,
New brew. What are we
the
doing?
brew. I've heard a lot of people said that they wanted standard popper instead.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll do a standard popper. That's normally what we do. We did a classic brew. Now I can do a standard popper.
I don't know what is. I haven't paid attention to standard popper since Theros.
What do we
Came
want
out.
to try, Peter?
What do I want to try? Jeez. We've already done blue-black
Peter's
control, and we've
department.
done blue-white control, we've done Gruul Aggro, which I freaking love, and that still seems to be the dominant factor. Mono Black Devotion is kind of a deck right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to be the. Well, looking at the most recent list here, the standard deviations popper variable thing here that was posted on MTGO Strat. It looks like Mono Black Devotion was the
Go-to deck.
the most played deck at 2. By everybody else playing 1 of that.
Should we go into playing that one, or do we want to play a deck that tries to counter it?
Hard to say.
See, I don't know, like what are the commons that I can really play with in Theros? Obviously, Grey Merchant, which made a huge splash, and
Yeah.
Isn't there the one that you count your devotion and the player has to reveal an X amount of cards?
yeah, the Disciple of Phoenix. I know that
Yeah.
guy. You have to edit this part out too because I need to look at the
Yeah,
Theros
fine.
spoilers and find out.
Fine. No rush.
Oh yeah, that's how you do that. MTG Salvation. 'Cause that's the only way I know. Ah, you fuckers. Hold on. They have the commander spoiler now instead of the fucking.
Damn it!
Instead of the Theros spoiler on MTG Salvation.
Yeah, the commander
Son of a
deck should be awesome.
Fuck, how do I sort by commonality here? I can't sort by commonality, can I? This sucks.
No, it's Gathering Magic does that.
Ugh. This is abysmal. This is so bad. What about green? What about green? What does green do? I like green. Green's my
Do some
Awesome.
mono green stompy. Or
This-
no, ooh no, mono green ramp for a Ness and Asp.
ramp for Nessie and Asp.
Throw
Is that
the
a
8-9
thing?
and see what the hell happens.
So mono green ramp. Is that what we're gonna
Seen a
do?
ramp? We haven't seen a ramp deck in standard popper in forever.
Can it be an actual thing?
I think we can do
Can
it. Give us a week to brew, and I guarantee you could come with something. We've got at least 1 or 2mana dorks to work with. We got the
Yeah.
new Elvish Mystic. We got the dude that we got the the Satyr that does something, and we also have the dude that untaps guild gates or something like that. So we have good mana dorks we can work with easily. Unfortunately, we don't have like Arbor Elf and all the other fun jazz anymore, but I'm sure we can think of something. Also, don't we have the one dude you can sack to make like 3 mana, or is he uncommon?
I know the guy you're talking about. He's mixed red mana, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know.
It doesn't matter as long as you have the 1 green you need to cast Ness and Asp.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we'll do Nessian. We'll do Nessian Asp dot deck.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Nation Asp dot deck.
Yeah.
Yes.
So mono green. Do we want to splash blue at all?
What do we gain from blue is the question.
Yeah.
We can keep the Ness and Asp alive, which I suppose is awesome.
Yeah, Beetle Form Mage. And I'm looking at the deck list right here.
Uniform Mage is awesome. I like that card in my cube. That card's in the
You
cube.
get Frill Oculus too if you go blue-green.
Ah, no, I'm not gonna make Frill Oculus. Wait. Do
You
Frill
go
Oculus.
3/5 when you buff him. So he costs 2 and he can hold down the fort against most
The
things.
frizzled? Yeah, the frizzled Oculus or whatever.
Frilled.
Frill Oculus.
Frilled Oculus. Frilled Oculus. I guess so. Let's do it.
Could be
Let's
a
do
thing.
it.
I'm doing.
we
All
have a
right.
list
So
for
green, maybe splash blue if we want to.
Yeah. So Nation Asp dot deck.
Yeah.
Make a big ass snake.
Death by snakes. And dude's got reach, so he'll destroy. Ooh. I'm getting way too excited for this.
He's a 4/5 for 5. That's pretty sweet on its own, right?
Oh yeah, even if you don't make a monsters, he can beat face like no other.
Yeah.
The other biggest beater that is in this freaking ogre jailbreaker, and that dude just wreck face on his own too.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice. Plus we got Rumbling Bailout and Advocate of the Beast. Oh man. All right, I'm getting excited now.
Game time, kids.
All right.
Okay, so we're gonna do mono green with the possibility of blue, and we're gonna abuse Nation Asp.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So do it.
All right.
All right.
So Peter, you weren't here, but to start with, we talked about Jace versus Vraska
Yes, as a dual deck, it's coming out.
and how ugly Jace is.
Looks like
Well,
John
that's-
Travolta.
He looks like John Travolta or the lead singer of an emo band.
Yeah.
I
Pretty
got nothing
much.
wrong with John Travolta, but Jace does not look cool. I don't. All the fanboys and girls can just hate me upright. I cannot stand the art for Jace. The only time I've ever enjoyed the Jace art was Jace Bellerin.
No.
I like Jace the Mind Sculptor art, and actually the I didn't mind the Architect Thought art either. The
Yeah.
previous Architect Thought.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of like Jace Memory Adept art, but
Yeah. But no, it looks pretty cool. I like I said, I'm getting 4 of them. I'll probably getting a playset of Jace's.
You're a mook.
'Cause why not?
your mom's a mook.
No, she's a lovely person.
All right.
And then what else do we have? The Vintage Masters. What do you think of that, Peter?
Vintage Matt.
Vintage freaking
Vintage
Masters.
It's gonna be on
Power 9
Huh.
on Magic Online.
Oh, on Magic Online?
Yeah.
I quickly lost interest. I'm sorry.
What? You do realize we're a Pauper podcast, right? And Pauper's only really supported on Magic Online.
Yeah.
I'm
play
just saying. I mean, there's kind of a thing about that.
Yeah. No, there's the fact that we were talking about the fact that the Vintage Masters, any of your Power 9 are gonna pretty much get you Buko tickets for a while.
Long
I guess
time.
I don't know. I don't do too many events online, so
This one I'm probably gonna do.
Meanwhile,
Don't
I'm
get me
sitting
wrong,
over.
Vintage is fun, but I don't have anything to play in the. Oh, is it Vintage Draft or just?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. It's gonna be a draft. It's gonna be a draft format primarily, as the set goes. And I think it's probably gonna be much like Modern Masters, where it's out for like 2 weeks and that's all you have to do it.
Yeah.
And in those 2 weeks, you
Guess
need
they're
to
testing the
open.
waters, going, if they like this, maybe perhaps we can do a Vintage Masters, a Legacy Masters. Breathe some life into those dead formats.
Well,
Yeah.
they had
Don't get me
said
wrong, I
that.
love me some serious Legacy, but it's just, ugh.
Well, they had said that Power 9 were going to come by the end of the year initially, but in their press statement, they said that they wanted to do it justice, so they pushed it back to June.
Yeah, so next summer we'll get it.
Good thing they'd rather take their time with it rather than screwing it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here's what they said was going to be in each pack, Peter. 10 commons, 3 uncommons, 1 rare or mythic rare, and 1 premium foil card. Any rarity, including the extremely rare premium foil Power 9 card. Or 1 Power 9 card.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty damn good deal.
Yeah.
I'll give them that.
Considering, like, if you open a Power 9 card, it's got to be worth a minimum of 100 tickets, right?
Yeah, minimum.
With how
Definitely.
stupidly rare they're going to be.
Yeah.
Hard to say, because if they have, depends how many events they have firing, where come back and backfire. I forgot what the last event happened with that, but
Okay, so in Modern Masters, Tarmogoyf, right? The most valuable cards out of Common Master or Modern Masters is the Tarmogoyf.
Yeah.
And I'm looking them up right now, but I know Tarmogoyfs are still worth somewhere around 85 tickets right now.
seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh.
Yeah.
online. So, and that's just the regular Tarmogoyf from Modern Masters. I don't even know
We're
what
talking Power 9.
Yeah, we're talking we're talking Power 9, which are going to be more rare than Tarmogoyf, right? Because these Power 9s are going to be they're more rare than Mythic Rare because they can
Yeah.
only be in that one spot, that premium spot. And then the Power 9 themselves are going to be Mythic Rares in that Mythic Rare spot or in that premium spot. Right?
Yeah.
So they're like super ultra whammadine ridiculous Mythic Rare.
Pretty much.
Is basically what I'm saying.
Okay,
You're
perhaps
gonna
you have
make-
me convinced.
You're gonna make a pretty penny if you pull any of these. I'm probably gonna do a few drafts from pre-releases just to try getting one.
Yeah.
So.
Okay,
definitely worth it.
So as a comparison here, again, Peter, your foil Tarmogoyf from Modern Masters is the best seller is 110 tickets for a foil Tarmogoyf from Modern Masters.
Yeah. And I'm willing to bet Power 9 will be worth way more than 110.
Yeah.
We're talking almost a year worth of tickets, probably.
Yeah, you know that's what I'm doing. If I crack a Black Lotus, that is going instantly to bots and being like, well, thank you for supporting my draft habit for the next year and a half.
That's about it.
And or making a car payment.
So, that's pretty cool. What else did we have on here that we went over when you were gone?
Secret Santa was your thing.
Secret Santa, yes. Ugular wants to host the Popper to the People Community Secret Santa. So that's gonna go down, and he has all the setting up for that. You just got to sign up on the forums for it, and this is like actually whoever you get. It's the limit is $10 to $20 item, and you just mail it to them in the mail by sometime by December 1st. You have a month to do it.
Yeah.
And if you're interested, you go on the forums, post in that you're interested, and you have like a wish list of stuff you're looking for or ideas, and like at what you get will mix it all up, and then he will give you someone at random, and then you'll just buy for that person. You'll get all that info that you submit to Ugular. So
Yeah.
should be fun. I'm signed up for it. But yeah. So we got that. MTG Commander decks are out. The deck lists are out. Each one looks pretty good value for the $30 you put into it. Sol Rings again getting reprinted in all of them, along with some pretty cool hot ticket commanders that everyone likes, like Sharoom and stuff
Sharm.
like that. Sharm, yeah. Someone made mention on the deck list, which I got kind of excited, and I looked at the deck list. Gwendolyn DeCourcey's like, no, Gwendolyn DeCourcey. I thought they were talking like there was one in the deck, because I've been looking for her forever.
It's because she came from Legends.
Yeah, but
Think
they
she
have
at
one
least.
the band list has legends in it. Has the Rabine or whatever the heck her name is.
Oh, Rabina Soulsinger.
Rabina Soulsinger, yeah. It's the reprinting Rabina Soulsinger.
Well, that's because she's a nice card, because she just mind controls people.
Yeah. I was hoping to get Gwendolyn DeCourcy, though.
We all know why you want her, and no, you're not going to get her.
It's just awesome. I want a Gwendolyn DeCourcy, darn it. That's all I do want. I want to make a deck out of her. But, so that's there. And then, that's pretty much all we really had.
Oh, hey. I remember that
What?
card. Oh, nothing.
Gwendolyn DeCourcy?
No. Rubina Soulsinger.
Oh, yeah.
That was like one of the first cards I ever owned in Magic.
Yeah, so...
It's not a half bad card for Commander.
Yeah. So basically, that's all really we had. What you missed, just we talked about the Goodreads articles and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, so I guess we'll just close this show out.
Can you actually do a sign off right this time, Nate?
Actually, no. Before that, do you have any rages of the week?
I don't. I'm sorry.
No rages?
No, nobody raged on me. I played in like 4 events. Nobody raged on me.
You gotta do a better job
You did.
pissing people off.
I raged on
Yours
some
are
people. I raged on some people because I got really screwed on mana in like on one event.
You're failing. You need to get people pissed. You get people mad. Go for it.
Even my rage was kind of like, it was like kind of like a British rage. I'm very
Yeah.
sorry, good sir. I'm really tired of getting mana screwed. Good game, good sir. That was my rage. Pretty
It's
much
the
like
polite,
that.
Like, just,
It was the polite rage.
oh, I'm angry and you're a wonderful person. How dare you? Click.
Comments and feedback again. Everyone seems happy. No one's complaining, so I consider that a plus.
No news is good news.
That's good news. But yeah, so till next week, I'm Nate.
And I'm
I'm
Chris. Then I'm Chris.
Really? I
Yes.
get it right, and you guys fucking
I guess he kind of got used to me not being here, so I'm sorry about that, Chris. That was kind of my bad. But I'm still going to
Whatever,
take the
that's
second spot every freaking time.
You're gonna be
Yeah,
the second spot
so-
from every time from now on. Okay, got it. You're
That's the
second.
show? What?
What?
We're just debating how to do the sign-offs from now on. If you get it right from now on.
Yeah.
gotta
Do we
download
want to
it.
redo the sign off?
This is all getting cut out anyway. So whatever.
Let's redo the sign
Why?
off.
This is like the best stuff. You
Oh,
save this.
man.
You save this and you put it at the beginning of the episode.
All
Or the
right.
back end.
Or
One
the
of
back
two.
end.
All right.
Yeah,
You
that's
two ready now?
Yeah.
You two are just like I'm the one driving the car, and you got two kids fighting in the back.
You don't
And
hear
Perfect.
Yeah.
just like, you guys be quiet, or I'm gonna turn this car on right now.
You won't do it. You don't have the balls.
Dad, Peter called me a butthead.
No, and he totally ate my popsicle.
All
No,
right.
oh, it fell on the ground and the dog ate it.
We don't have a dog. Snowflake is a kitten.
Crap.
All right. Until next week, I'm Nate.
I'm Peter.
And I'm Chris.
This is Popper of the People. Done.